stand back, then the audio goes.
Then you have audio issue.
Stand back and be zoom. No, that doesn't fix the audio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our latest show. I have to stand here so that it doesn't turn into a review of my body. We don't even know what to call this. You want to tell the audience what happened?
So I ordered something from Foodpanda. I waited 1 hour. I chatted with their guy like 2 or 3 times. I paid them 12 ringgit. They paid me back 12 ringgit and I starved. So I hope Foodpanda is one of those pandas that actually go extinct.
What we have here, the brand new Toyota Vios.
But it's only half brand new. Because halfway through the 3rd generation...
Can you finish?
I'm
going to finish the sentence for him. It is half brand new because I suspect they did not change the fundamentals of the car. It's more like an extreme facelift of the previous model.
Yes, and also,
right?
yes, and also they brought in this gearbox in the 3rd generation when they facelifted that one.
All the panels are new.
All the panels are new.
What trim do we have here?
This is the G trim.
How many trims do we have?
3 trims. This spec of the Vios actually comes with what, the reverse camera, all-round reverse camera.
It does.
Yeah, and it comes with 6 airbags, I think.
I don't know, man. Dude, keeping it real and chill does not mean not knowing your stuff. Facts, boy.
Yeah, they kept all the essentials in this car, and the price is actually a little bit cheaper than before.
So we're gonna get up close and personal. We're just gonna carry the camera over there. Most reviewers will call it a 360, all serious. And then you have a guy who speaks like as if he's a macho man.
Yeah. Got gas noises in the background.
Do you have a fucking forklift at the back? Yeah. We're gonna keep it chill and real. Bole?
So it's called the sit around.
That's how fucking low budget we are. Even though it's called a brand new model, personally I looked up the dimensions. It doesn't look like they made significant changes to the fundamentals of the car. Tell me what's new.
Let's start with the headlamps. They've got a daytime running light here.
Finally.
On top of that, they've got another here. And then you've got a fog lamp at the bottom.
Okay. You look at the cluster and it doesn't have LED, it doesn't have HID, it's a projector halogen lamp. It looks a little bit out of place in 2019.
Actually, I was looking at a picture of the Thai spec one.
Right.
And I actually liked it. It doesn't have this whole X design thing. It doesn't have a triangle.
You're right. One of the biggest thing I noticed about this new front is that it is a little bit too busy. There is no reason why this reverse Nike thing is here.
Thai spec bumper takes, I think, this motif and just continues it up here, which is fine.
You know, they dragged the fog lamp cluster all the way back here up to this side here for no apparent reason whatsoever.
But having said that, I do like the top half.
You can see the contour. This is good work, man.
It's basically an E60.
No lah, I think it's more dramatic than an E60. Man. There's a bulge here, and then there's a fold here. From what Howie said, this is difficult to do, yeah. These kind of things are quite difficult to do.
Moving on to
the sides. What we have here, wheels 16 inch?
16 inch.
Is this an industry standard now?
It is for Japanese locally manufactured cars.
It's not always the case that having a bigger rim is better. Your costs increase, your tires more expensive, but more importantly, the ride quality will be affected as well. The bonnet, like a lot of manufacturers now go to the side now. They clamp down as opposed to just end it up here. What you can notice is that it has the side skirt. They put a layer of this rubber, which is good. However, if you ever had an accident, and after you respray, it's going to be a bit of an issue.
I do have an issue with this. You see this thing?
Right.
I'll zoom into it. I don't know what it is. If you know what it is, let us know in the comments.
So I think we move side towards the back. What I really like is they chrome the entire handle. For this class of car, even Volkswagen don't use chrome. It's small little things like this that makes the car feel that little bit more expensive.
Plus 10 for luxury.
Oh yeah!
Really nice.
I didn't like it. Very lacking in thought, I personally felt. He just decided to pull it here and then goes like, oh crap, I'm gonna do. Oh crap, it's gonna join! Yeah. And what are we gonna do here? Whatever lah, let's just finish it up. This bears no relation to this. It is as if the designer who designed this and this done it in separate time, in separate part, without thinking, hey, am I going to unify the lines a little bit here? You know, make this angle correspond with this angle or this angle. But then again, you're paying for 90,000. There is no language going on.
I just realized they have these 2 knobs here again.
Oh yeah, but at least it's consistent. There's 1 there, and then there's 2 here. Logic tells me that it shouldn't make that big a difference in a car like this. There is a possibility we're paying more attention to this panel than the designer ever did to this panel. What I like, these brakes at the back, and when it comes to the handbrake, I was pulling it while driving just now, quite good. What about the design of the rim? Do you like it? Like as if they were painted and then they kind of cut it out kind of thing. I personally prefer a simpler design. Multi-spoke, maybe 6, maybe 8. The whole car looks a bit busy with all these details going on. Could have been a little bit cleaner. Let's move to the back. Welcome to the back of the car. Clean lines, I like this. Very clean, very confident. Yep.
Floating tail lamp cluster.
Started with Audi. Kia brought it 5 years ago. And now we see this here. G trim. G in Toyota speak has always been either middle or higher end.
J is like the base model, E is the middle one, G is high spec, V is full spec. Of all the angles, I think the rear is the only one that I'm actually quite happy with.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I felt that the ducktail is done very well. Very, very well. Very beautifully integrated.
Except for that sticker thing. Because
they did it again! Yeah. You really need to see this.
As you can see, it's peeling off.
The reason why you have this problem is because there is no line separating it. This is Toyota, man. Don't do this kind of thing. This is not cool.
So except for that, the bottom skirt, I think is done quite well. Didn't go overboard.
You can see there is a reverse camera here.
But what they have here is an all-round view.
It's the current S-Class. When it first came out like 5 years ago, that was one of the first cars with an all-round camera, wasn't it? Less than a decade, you get this technology. Yeah, the resolution is still a bit grainy.
What do you think about exhaust pipes that are hidden?
I love this. You know why? There is no reason why you need to show an exhaust pipe today. Unless you're a performance car and if your exhaust pipe is made of exotic material. But in a normal car, there's no reason to show off an exhaust pipe. This is an example of confidence, you know.
Okay, should we open it up?
Real tires, full size. Yeah. It's the exact same rim as it is out there.
Yeah, look at that. What's all this padding?
I don't know how effective they are.
I want to believe it works because this car is actually genuinely quite quiet.
And look at this, man. They have foam down there. This is not bad.
And I appreciate the quality of the plastic here.
It is. It's solid. It is solid. It's hard plastic, but it's solid, man. There's some attention to detail here.
Yeah, not bad, Toyota.
Not bad. Well done, Toyota. On par, if not better than a lot of German cars.
Yeah.
And then you have another layer. You have a cardboard. Then you have another layer of carpet. Does it come standard with this G trim? Well, it will prevent damages to your carpet.
It actually comes with an emergency tire inflator.
Not bad.
So even if your spare tire is gone, you actually have an extra layer of protection.
What is this? Emergency kit.
Parachute.
Just in case you're drifting, go off the cliff.
The boot is actually really huge.
The opening is a little bit small.
A standard chair kind of fits in, but it's just about.
The issue is the access. You see? Let's go to the inside.
The first thing you notice is tissue paper, which doesn't made on.
Well, the first thing I noticed, of course, is the blue light.
Blue is Toyota's standard color nowadays.
To be honest, I felt that there was a bit of improvement in the use of quality here.
Yes.
Yeah. Soft touch. Here, still very hard plastic. They didn't even bother trying to hide the fact that it's one piece. I have to give it a little bit of credit. Solid, man. You hold it tight. Look at that. Another thing here, I pushed this door to the maximum, and you can see nothing. No panel move. A lot of cars even today, when you move this, there will be a lot of flexing. Leather seat.
Not full leather though. There's a bit of fabric.
These are fake. Yeah, fake. As you can see, the floor is really flat.
Completely flat.
Completely flat.
Except for this gigantic intrusion of the center armrest.
That was your driving position,
yes.
Wasn't it?
I'm 6 foot tall. Anybody slightly shorter than me can fit in this.
Which means that armrest is really jutting out.
Yeah. You press it down and see.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yep.
There is a giant panel here.
It does make it quite limited at the height.
It is.
Look at that gap, man. This entire emergency kit can fit in the gap. If you need to transport an IKEA table or what,
right,
you can. But this is good. I mean, at least it stops the noise from the boot coming in.
Yes. This actually is important because you don't get this in a lot of hatchback.
Wait, one more. Bo is basically a Yeti.
Nah, it's touching my hand. It's like somebody just disturbing my hand. So in order for me to be comfortable, I have to kind of scoliosis my back a little bit and lean on the side. I don't think it should be a taxi, to be honest.
I think that the natural Thailand taxi is a high ace.
This is really odd. Toyota, you really need to explain yourself.
It's a dual USB, I think.
Yeah. Wow. We're not like to put this thing here. What the hell is this?
That's your teh tarik hook.
But we're not banning all one-use plastics, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why is this thing still here? But legroom is surprisingly good. It's good legroom. I didn't expect this. It's just the headroom it could be improved. Let's go to the front. I have to say the cluster, even though it's a little bit cluttered, it's not as bad as a lot of German offerings. You straight away know what you're looking at. It's a little bit odd because it's very strong here. The car is not very wide. So this thing, no matter how you adjust it, blows on the side of your face, isn't it? It's tickling you. At the side of your face, like, oh. Install an air vent at the back, okay, please? In terms of design, it's a leap forward. And if you come in here, it's a bit of a pattern, but I don't know what purpose it serves.
The little nub on the ambient light.
Oh,
projector.
yeah.
But they could have hid it.
Well, Toyota won't bother to do this, isn't it? This material, over here, when it's small, it's nice. And it curves, it has some contour. But it's come up here, it looks like Proton from 1995. Also, fake stitches. Oh man, this is just bad. Very bad stuff. You find it in two places, here and also here. The steering wheel is made of very hard material.
Yeah, I noticed that. So it's like a layer of 1mm of leather, and then right underneath is like steel.
I don't know.
Steel tube or something.
It's very hard, but the grip is good. I have to say, multifunction steering.
That's connected to that screen there. You can answer calls, adjust the volume.
Yeah,
but this thing is quite interesting. You can actually go and see how much ringgits you see.
Oh yeah, it's in RM.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you input what the price of petrol is to tell you how your driving is affecting
that's
your
good,
finance.
Man. And the display is high res. Yeah. Very modern.
Yep.
That's good.
And you don't see this in a lot of budget-oriented cars.
Oh, language. Let's see what language you got. Thailand! Alright. Check that out, yeah.
That's classy.
Not bad. It's utterly unnecessary. There's a pedal shifter here, plastic. It's a little bit odd because you see the pedal up here, but you're not actually touching it. What you're touching is that little bit at the side here. I didn't use it much. It doesn't have a great tactile feel, but it's okay. At least, you know.
It exists. There's no one-touch signal. So if you're lane changing, you have to actually leave it up.
You get to adjust the headlight level.
Parking sensor, you can turn off there.
Why would you
Traction
want to do
control.
this?
Because it's a Vios and you can go drifting in it.
No, you can't. Eco mode, sport mode.
It does change the characteristics.
PVM, what does it stand for?
Panoramic view. This button is the one you use to control
The camera. This is a feature that I like, actually. I don't understand why is there a notch.
Put it in reverse and see. Okay, change the PVM. You see now the notch is not there. Then you put it in drive.
Oh.
And then the notch comes off.
Because it's the front.
This means front.
I think in Japanese this means front.
Does it? The reason I don't like this button, the position looks very odd.
Yeah. You have to kind of feel it, like you're going under people's.
The reason I don't like it is this thing comes on when you go into reverse and when you're changing to D. Let's say you're listening to radio now and the volume is high. There's no mute button on the steering wheel. You can't adjust the volume when it's in camera mode. So you have to turn off the PVM. And turning off the PVM takes...
Oh, that's just stupid, man.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to talk about is the camera quality. This, while Changi, very hard to understand what the heck is going on. Because I know what's around me and I can't tell what the heck it is. Right? It doesn't look like anything, right?
It looks like stitched together from a different dimension.
And then you have, this is what I get on my Alpha. It is quite useful because it's wide angle. You can't complain you're getting this in a car of this price.
I can see their effort in making this all one piece. Here it's all physical buttons which may last a longer time. These ones, you see, I want to go to the lowest temperature. I have to sit and wait until it goes down to low.
Capacity you can...
Capacitive, you take it and you drag it down, it goes straight to low. It adds this perceived quality that they know how to use technology properly.
Okay, this will collect moisture and then they will drip. And then your hands all over this thing, it's just going to get so dirty and so...
Yeah, it's already getting fingerprinty.
Yeah. You have a 12 volt
socket.
Oh, look at that! In the past we put CDs in here.
Yeah.
Right, now you put pen drives.
I like this cutout here because it fits smartphones and it fits
smart tag. Okay size. You have two compartments in here, one smaller one.
Which Taiko is sitting in the back and controlling your TV out. Soft open.
It's good, right? All these little things make it feel a bit more expensive. I have to give it a good comment here. So this has better leg position and leg space. And knee space than an E-Class. This is my driving position. Look at this. Okay, maybe not an E-Class, but definitely better than a C. One complaint I have, adjustment of the steering is only tilt. Okay, this is good. They give it to you on the driver's side. In the Jaguar, you see a hole the size of this. But over here, look at that. Snug fit. Beautiful. Well done. Cheap plastic, but solid, well screwed. Pretty sure it is screwed on multiple points. But I don't like the design of this handle. It looks very awkward. What do I know? I don't design cars. Bottle holders, not cup holders. There's no cup holder here.
Is it?
There is. There's
very
quite
small,
so small.
Cup.
Let's open up the bonnet. What you're seeing here, typical Japanese stuff, not very covered up. They give you a, what the hell are you trying to cover? Wires and pipes are not tied down well. Look at German cars, even Volkswagen, which are not supposed to be very expensive. They pay a lot of attention to tidying this pipe.
See, when you replace this 10 years or 7 years down the line, the mechanic is not going to bother finding it and putting it the same way that the factory does. He will just say, okay, clip here, okay, clip it, done. And which mechanic is going to sit down and read the manual and see how to...
The engine is a 1.5 dual VVTi producing 105 horses, 114 Newton meters. The CVT gearbox, if you're not stressing it, it works seamlessly. You don't realize it's there. Soundproof material, heat shields as well. You look at the firewall, completely filled with soundproofing material. The car is noticeably quiet for its category, isn't it? Yeah, and I think it's all these things doing the magic. That was a sit around for the 2019 Toyota Vios. Generally, we quite like the car. Oh, sorry, we need to shoot that. So let's just take this there. There's a lot to like about this car, but there's just one thing wrong with it. Four lumps.
There's a lump. You can see that it kind of fades into the bodywork and then it comes back up again.
Don't know why these lumps are here. Usually you find lumps like this in a more exaggerated manner in sports cars.
The real problem with these lumps, from certain angles, can you see, it looks like someone has smashed the roof.
That's exactly what my father asked me just now. Hey, what happened to the roof of the car? That is not the worst part. You come in here and it's completely flat on the inside. So what is the purpose of the bulge, the four bulge? There is no reason for it to be that.
I think this is my problem with the car, because you are right.
Yeah.
Objectively speaking, it is really good. Sound insulation is damn good. NVH, the way the engine delivers, the CVT all tuning is really, really good. But my problem is the image that it's trying to project, the spottiness, the extra space with the lumps on top,
the little notch at the side,
how busy the front is. Toyota, you're the biggest and most powerful car brand in the world. You don't have to do all this.
I can understand the anxiety. There is a reason why, because the Honda City is more flexible on its sitting positions and whatnot. In this class of car, I think the Honda City makes a very convincing case, and Vios is playing catch up. That's why they are doing all these tricks. But fundamentally, if you're not so affected by the fluff of what they're trying to do, the car is very competent. In fact, one characteristics of the car that I really like is that it doesn't disturb you as you drive it. After driving it for like 15-20 minutes, it has an ability to disappear under your. And that is a very important characteristic of a car that is comfortable. Now, how much is this car? 87,000 ringgit. Not cheap. We spoke to a person just now, and some of the complaints are like halogen projector lamp, design language. You know, all of these things very easily fixed, I personally think.
And that same person said that because of how simple it is, he enjoyed the car for many.
So conflicting, isn't it? You hate it, but you love it at the same time. Yeah. Autophiles, this is our first sit around.
Let us know what you think, what we can improve.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for watching.
Autophiles signing out.